I'm hearing complaints not about the stage 2. I wonder, there are some selected candidates who have come and said they got screened out.
They didn't give enough time. Once we started about the discussion, hardly we discussed for 2 to 3 minutes or more than 1 minute. I have done my best in OIR and I have narrated my story well. In fact, I have given good points in GD as well. I don't know, sir, why I got screened out.
So they didn't allow us to complete our narration.
The kind of complaint which I'm hearing is the trust in the SSB is declining. It seems is not being completely followed. If these complaints are true, numerous such complaints are coming, and definitely we will do something on this. Let me see. Some of you have been screened in or screened out. In fact, 2 of the candidates have just come. They will narrate their experience. Would you like to hear that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me see what they have to say. And basically, I would like you should understand, then we can find out the latest, because you all are freshers. They have now become a kind of screened out or repeaters. Is that understood?
I have given couple of attempts of SSB. Yesterday I have seen the highest number of reporting in SSB Bangalore board. It was almost 278, and from 278 reporting, few people got documentation out, and the remaining ones attended stage 1. In that stage 1, the reporting was more, and in stage 1 what we did, OIR test. The OIR was very simple. We were given OIR. We did OIR our best. Then they show us very simple picture like a car accident, sir, and everyone narrated a story good. But they didn't give us enough time for discussion. We narrated our story within 40 to 50 seconds, and everyone narrated their story. Okay.
Only 14 to 15 seconds?
No, 40 to 50 seconds.
For narration?
For individual narration.
Chalo, 40 to 50, we are supposed to give you 1 minute, but 40 to 50, if it is okay, it's generally okay, not bad.
And they have cut 1 or 2 candidates in between. And after that, when the GD start, group discussion, they didn't give enough time. Once we started about the discussion, hardly we discussed for 2 to 3 minutes or more than 1 minute.
How much time is actually allotted for discussion after the
15 minutes.
15 minutes it is supposed to be there. So you don't know how much time is supposed to be given?
I don't know, sir.
It is supposed to be 15 minutes for discussion, 1 minute for narration. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
So how much they gave? Just 3 to 4 minutes?
Yes, sir. In just within 3 to 4 minutes we discussed, and after that even we didn't come to common consensus, but the assessors told us we get to know about your common consensus, please get up and move.
The common story was also not narrated?
A common story, one of guy has nominated someone, so he has narrated his own story.
Okay, that's fine, but there was no sort of discussion.
The discussion was there, sir, but not to some extent like what we expected, that it will go, that we will discuss about how the action will be taking place.
Okay.
And the students were discussing, like earlier it was the Bangalore, for TG Century we used to conduct 3-4 batches, but this time they have given only 2 batches. Well, that is one on 27th Feb and second was on 9 March.
And what was the strength of the batches?
I have heard that on 27th Feb it was just almost 250. On the second it was 278 reporting.
In your group 278?
And in 278 there were lots of previously recommended, and some few guys came from academies like AFA, OTA.
OTA, why did they come from OTA?
Sir, because it was a permanent commission.
Okay. Even Air Force they came?
Air Force guys came, sir.
They were selected?
Few guys selected. Few
Okay, how many were selected candidates?
Sir, I don't know the exact, but in my group there were 3 Air Force cadets. Out of them 2 got screened, 1 got screened out. And the group of 16 to 17 members, and in that 16 to 17 only 2 people got screened.
Okay, means 16 were selected candidates?
No, in my stage 1 narration.
Okay, stage 1 narration in your group 16 were there. But tell me, out of 278, finally how many got screened in?
Sir, only 35 people got screened.
35, okay. 35, what is the percentage? Somebody calculate?
7%.
No, it is 13 something, 13.
13%?
13 to 14%, sir.
Got screened in?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what about the previous batch you were talking about?
The previous batch, which was on 27 Feb, on that 250 reporting were there.
There was somebody from previous batch also here? Yeah. Anything else you would like to say?
No, sir. Thank you.
Tell your experience, how many, what all happened in the
I
stage?
went to Bangalore SSB at 27 February, sir. In that SSB board, candidates 250 members came, sir. In that screening procedure, in that 240 members, only 40 members screened. And in that my narration, it is only they given 25 seconds for the narration, sir. And
Not 1 minute.
no, sir.
It was for everybody?
Yeah, everybody, sir. They everybody told like in between average 25 seconds they given, sir, but in that they don't allow for the extreme 1 minute, sir. In discussion they given only hardly 8 minutes. Even though we completed our group discussion, we came to the common consensus, but that assessors didn't listen our common consensus. Common consensus, sir.
Okay. So how many got finally screened in out of 250 or 240?
In 240, sir, they screened in only 40 members, sir.
40 members. Okay. What is the percentage?
15%.
15%. So 15% got screened in.
Yes, sir.
And do you have any idea how many out of that got finally selected? How many got selected out of them?
No, sir, I don't have.
You don't have any idea about that because you must have got screened out and you came back. So what is the point you want to convey? The screen was not conducted properly?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Because in the narration, sir, they given only less time, about 25 seconds they given, and in discussion part they given only 8 to 9 minutes, sir, and they didn't allow us to they didn't given listen our common group consensus, sir.
Okay.
After the group discussion.
Okay.
Sir, I have given multiple attempts. In my experience during a screening, has seen few recommended candidates who have been participated in the stage 1. So during that stage 1, sir, they have been already recommended thrice, twice. I have seen such candidates. So even sometimes I got 6 times screened in and twice screened out. So during my this journey of
You got 6 times screened in?
Yes, sir.
Twice screened out?
Yes, sir. So total I have given 8 attempts in the 6 conferences and 2 screen outs. So during this stage 1, sir, I have seen candidates who have been recommended thrice, 4 times and all. They are getting screened out in the stage 1 itself. So where somewhere we are getting a question that the candidates who are capable to get recommended twice, not once or twice, thrice, and getting screened out in the 4th or 5th attempt. So that is a question of where I got a question about the board that what made them to screen out the candidates who got recommended from the same board, from the same selection board. So these I have observed for more than three attempts of mine. I observed these things, sir, that recommended candidates getting screened out. So in spite of even they are doing a very good narration, very good GD, in spite of that, even the repeaters who have been doing very well, they are getting screened out, and 1 or 2 candidates who have been averagely performing, still they are getting screened in. So somewhere I had a question that why is this happening, because ultimately it's a board that will be selecting the candidate. So we are not getting what the perspective they are getting on the candidates to select to make the candidates screened in.
I have done my best in OIR and I have narrated my story well. In fact, I have given good points in GD as well. I don't know, sir, why I got screened.
And what complaint do you have?
So they didn't allow us to complete our narration firstly, and they didn't allow us to they didn't listen our common consensus, and that's it, sir.
Okay. Anyway, sit down. Generally, I keep getting such kind of complaints now, but remember one thing, before you really point out finger at the SSB, they also have a responsibility. What is that responsibility? Imagine they have to take the test of so many candidates. The only thing, if you feel they did not follow the process, which you may not be really aware of the process, one thing I can guarantee, because I have been the former commandant and interviewing officer and president of a board, that SSB, they will always do justice. There is no kind of, bhai bandi or nothing kind of corruption in the SSB. Let me tell you this. It is a very honest and straightforward process. But if they are not following the process, because even the selected candidates, I wonder, there are some selected candidates who have come and said, sir, they got screened out. It means board to board, there is a difference. He has been selected. And here again I hear, in their board also, the selected candidates are getting screened out. I get a bit surprised. And second thing, if you're, this what you are telling, key narration of the story is just out of 1 minute, 25 to 30 seconds, 25 seconds, and about 30 plus seconds are given. It needs some kind of consideration, where if your report is quite correct. And as far as the discussion is concerned, now you are saying the discussion hardly 3 to 4 minutes were given. Is it so?
Yes, sir.
How do you know? Did you note down this timing?
No, sir. Actually, sir, it was understandable timings.
Okay. So, if they are giving you 3 to 4 minutes of the time, rather than giving you at least 15 minutes or at least 10 to 12 minutes, depending on the size. How many were in your particular group?
16.
16. They are supposed to have around 15, 16. That is no problem. That's quite correct. But out of that, how many got screened in?
Only 2.
Then if they got screened in, how come they could recognize the talent in these two? Tell me.
One was previously recommended.
One was previously recommended.
And one has given logical points in GD.
Okay, one had given logical point in GD. Okay. Okay, guys, see this. I will tell you what kind of candidates actually pass and what kind of candidates actually fail. You know, you have been, most of you have been to the SSB. And you know the selection rate of the SSB is what? Is just around 3.6%, say 4%. That too after written examination and after the interview. The interview selection is very, very difficult because we have 3, you know it already, I have already taken those classes. 3 different techniques your personality is being assessed by the assessors there. The interviewing officer, the GTO and the psychologist. By the way, they are all looking for those 15 officer-like qualities in you. See, till 1998, there was no stage 1 because the number of candidates who used to go for the SSB were not too many. So the staff there was sufficient. Everybody used to go through the entire process till 1998. Gradually, armed forces became very popular. More and more number of candidates start joining. And then we introduced a stage 1. And I would have generally discussed with you why so many candidates are getting screened out now. And guys, it is just the 4 things which are required in passing the stage 1. What we can be, it is not a complete test. Virtually you go in the morning and before lunch your test is over. Your results are declared. And all those who get screened in remain there, they go through the remaining process. All those who don't get screened in, obviously, they are a kind of rejected in the screening. And what they look for, I will tell you that. And those who are screened in, obviously they will go through the whole process. Is that understood? That everybody knows already. But what I want to tell you is, in stage 1, it is just a partial kind of test. What does it mean? It means out of those 100, 250, 60 number of candidates who have come, who are undergoing the stage 1, how can we differentiate that they are actually capable of going through the stage 2? Because we have to screening in, because we have to have a kind of marking, or we can say a clear-cut laid down line. If you perform above that line, well, you will get screened in. So, in simple terms, there are 4 secrets of stage 1. If you want to get really screened in, and it's a simple thing, there is no science in this. The first and foremost is you have an OIR test, guys. You know that. And you practice so many OIRs here that you got to do well in your OIR test. That's why I would recommend even after the class of the OIR, each one of you must practice 2 to 3 tests, definitely, or till the time you really become confident. You must perform well in the OIR test. You should try and get OIR 1 or OIR 2. OIR 3 is also passed. OIR 4 and 5 are fail, you know that. You must do well in your OIR. That is the first requirement. And after that, guys, you write a story. You would have seen that in the stage 1. Here, we simply want your story has to be legible and relevant to the picture. What does it mean? Well, your English should be reasonably okay. No, not many grammatical mistakes. And it has to be relevant to the picture. You should be able to relate it to the picture. Some people write a mugged up kind of story, which is not the required thing. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
If your picture is something and your story is entirely different, which you have already in your mind, how the hell do you think you'll pass? Because it will also come out in your narration also. Is he talking about the same picture? Is his story really related to the picture? The second secret is write a relevant story. So simple, guys. And the third thing is your narration. Now, what do I want in your narration? Like here we keep telling you, your narration has to be, what do you understand by narration? Narration means narrating your story confidently, precisely, to the point with good body language. That is what the virtually definition of power of expression or narration is the same. You should be able to narrate your story. We want to see your confidence. Do you have the confidence in you? Confidently, precisely, to the point. Guys, some people unnecessarily talk too much. You get how much time in your narration?
1 minute.
Just 1 minute. Okay? So narrate your story confidently, precisely, to the point, with good body language, guys. A good power of expression includes your body language, your facial expression, your head movement. If you feel very strongly, you can use your hand, but not too much, okay? Now, this is what we see in narration, and you get 1 minute, guys. And if you have done really well in that, well, your chances of shortlisting in the stage 1 becomes that much higher. And the fourth point is your discussion, group discussion. What does it mean? You got to participate in the group discussion, guys. You can't just keep quiet and just watch the whole scene, what's going on there. And everybody tries to participate. Sometimes it does become a fish market. So you must participate and speak minimum 2 to 3 times, giving your point of view, trying to help the group to reach to a common story. So the fourth point is contribute your part in reaching to a common story. So you got to speak minimum 2 to 3 times. These are the 4 points. Is there any doubt in that? And guys, if you follow this, well, getting screened it is not difficult, because the test is just for hardly about 2 to 3 hours. Well, right in the morning it starts, and by the lunchtime it gets over and your results are told. So that's what happens. Numerous such complaints are coming, and definitely we will do something on this. You'll hear, at least we can approach the headquarters, the recruiting directorate, why this kind of thing is happening, because repeatedly such kind of complaints are coming from our candidates. See, and though all the candidates who get screened out coming to the academies, for us it is good, because more number of candidates are coming. But we want the system to become stronger. We have trust in the armed forces. We have trust in the SSB. So now the kind of complaint which I am hearing is the trust in the SSB is declining. And because the process, it seems, is not being completely followed, if these complaints are true. Anyway, what I can do, since so many complaints I have got, so we will take up this case, we'll take up this issue, and let me see what the Armed Forces Headquarters do, what the Recruiting Directorate does. It is our duty to inform them, because the system always has to keep improving, and the candidates must develop the trust in the selection process which they always had. I can assure you, even now, कोई भाईबंदी का सवाल पैदा नहीं. And let me tell you, since there are 3 techniques, there will be proper justice with every candidate. If you are deserving the stage 2 part, I can assure you, there cannot be anything wrong. But I am hearing complaints not about the stage 2. Stage 2 is okay. Even a candidate is failing, he is accepting, sir. Perhaps I will improve and come next time. But in stage 1, these complaints are coming. So something I can assure you, something will be done. Chalo, we will not go beyond this, since the complaints were there. We'll see what can be done about it. Not to worry, and necessary action will be taken. Since the complaints have increased manifold, I can assure you, something will be done by us, because our candidates' future is the main thing for us. And if the system can be improved, okay, as far as the partiality is concerned, guys, there cannot be anything against the SSB, because I have been part of it. It is a honest, very, very transparent process, that I can guarantee. But this kind of, as you people are bringing, a kind of which is being done in a hurry, where candidates feeling left out, that they have not been tested at all. This leaves a bit of room for improvement. It is our duty to bring it to the notice of to the right people.